Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 2. I just watched the Episode 1 of the Season 2. I'm gonna put the link into the eye, and if you don't know it, I'm binge watching My Hero Academia, so I already watched also all of the Season 1 with you guys, and I'm gonna put the link for the playlist that I made, in which you can find all of the episodes, you know, all of my reaction videos about this episode into the chronological order, all of that. Just, you know, like if you're bored and you want to binge watch all of these reaction videos at once, it's a playlist which is made for you right now. I'm sorry. It's just to make me lost during the editing. We're there for My Hero Academia for this episode 2. We discovered during the episode 1 that the main narrative arc of this season 2, it would be about that sports festival and the fact that Deku is going to participate to it, and All Might wants for him to shine during it, maybe more to present himself to the world during it. And I'm worried, in fact, about that. I'm worried about that because we saw that the villains at the end of the season 1, after the attack, they remembered, you know, that a certain student tried to fight, you know, to fight them directly to save All Might, and that he had a certain power, that it was strange. And we heard that one of the voices, you know, reacted when he said that. So Tomura, the villain with all of the ants, we saw that this voice, you know, reacted. So maybe the villains are already thinking that something is wrong with that. We saw that other students are already thinking that something is wrong with that. Su, Ida, Ochako, like they're wondering about what is the link, the direct link between All Might and Deku, and that maybe it's through their powers. We saw also that Deku said the truth to Katsuki, who didn't believe him, but he just has to connect the dots right now to understand what happened, what is happening, and if the other students are beginning to ask questions, Katsuki is gonna remember that conversation and maybe he's gonna connect the dots even more quickly. So I'm afraid that even before the sports festival, all of these people, they can know that Deku is related to All Might, that this is the link, you know, all of what is happening. During this festival, you know, if Deku is presenting himself to the world like that, okay, he's not gonna say, All Might gave me his power, you know, how it happened and all. But the people who know stuff about Deku and All Might, they're gonna have the confirmation during that month. Do you understand what I mean? That's just gonna be a confirmation. And you know, All Might, he said that he didn't say the truth to a lot of people, and at first I believed him, and the more we are progressing, the more we have people who know the truth. Like, at first it was just, oh no, just a few friends. In fact, it's all of the teachers of this academy, also someone into the police, you know, your old friend, also your former teacher, and you wrote a letter in which you told him that. Like, for me it's really stupid and really dangerous, that letter, because it's a proof, it's written, and you signed it with your real name, talking about All Might power. Okay, he didn't say the name of Deku into it, but still, it's really dangerous. But again, he said it to someone else, so in fact a lot of people are aware, you know, of what is happening with All Might, and with the fact that he's beginning to be weaker, and maybe more people than what we saw right there, and maybe among these people, one of the real villains, in the sense of one of the real enemies, one of these voices that we heard during that moment, you know, through the screen. I said it was two guys. One of them created Nomu. One of these two they know about All Might because they are spies, because in fact they are heroes, or because in fact they are into the police, the government, something like that. Like, I'm beginning to think that heroes are not all perfect, villains are not all bad, and because of that also villains, you know, they are not born villains. Maybe they are beginning to be villains because of financial reasons, because of family situations which were really bad, because, you know, of all of the reasons why people are beginning to be criminals. Maybe also because of reasons that I don't have yet, but something related maybe with the fact that they are registering people, categorizing people because of their powers. Like, maybe it's just me who really don't appreciate this idea, and because of that I want to make it a reason, you know, why something is happening, you know, into this anime. Like, I want to use this reason to do something with it. I don't want to think that the writers, they created that information, that hole into this universe, not to do something with it, because I really don't like this role. Maybe it's just me, you know. I really don't like that role. Registering people, categorizing people like that. After that, the informations, you know, like this data, these informations, you can do so many bad stuff when you're beginning to have these informations, and when you're beginning to categorize people like that. History proved us that it's not okay at all. Yes, I'm singing it just to make it easier for me to say. Okay, the sports festival, you're all gonna train for it, not only Deku. We saw that they all want to participate. Ochako, the flashback with his family was so sweet. And she's a fighter also, Ochako. She proved that she's not just a sweet and nice girl. She's also a fighter. That can be great to see her like that. And I'm gonna pay attention to the post-credit, and I'm gonna pay attention to the ending credits, because the ending credits of the first episode, it was only about her, about Ochako, at least about the girls of this anime with Ochako at the middle of it. Was it just for the episode 1, or it's gonna be like that for the entire season? If it's the case, it means that during this season she's gonna play much more important place, you know, role. It could be great, but I'm gonna pay attention to it at the end of this episode too. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you have 4 episodes of advance, which means 2 episodes of advance. You have also extended or full action part. I put a lot of full action parts for the big episodes, you know, in which I don't want to cut too much. So you have the full action part for this episode, and if you don't have the full action part, you have the extended reaction part, which is no matter what more interesting, because I'm not forced to cut each 5 seconds to play with opacity and all of that like I'm forced to do for YouTube, and I'm really saying I'm forced to do, and that sometimes it's not even working, and no matter what, YouTube is not considering me. So if you want to support me, truly, it's on my Patreon. It can be really helpful, you know, for this future weeks, you know, because I had some weeks which were really hard. It's beginning to be a little better, but really just a little better. So if you want to help me, to support me, it's on my Patreon, and that's why I'm giving you these advantages, you know, 2 weeks of advance, extended and full action part on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode! What? Because of the attack, what happened?
どんな文句飛びに来たか随分と偉そうだな。
It's Katsuki.
普通が出た他の科ってヒーローが落ちたから入ったってやつ結構いるんだ。体育祭のリザルトによっちゃヒーローが編入も検討してくれるんだって。
Ah, you can switch from a class, okay.
調子に乗ってっと足元ごっそり救っちゃうぞっつ宣戦布告しに来たつもり。
Clearly. Pretty confident. Ah! Calm down. Don't care about people liking you. You are strong. You felt strong. Just 2 weeks? Oh, he thought that you had months. Okay. Duh. Yes, I like him a lot. Ah yes, that's your power, you... What's it? I like you. Your power, your attitude, like you. Momo studying, is it really a surprise? And you fighting, not a surprise neither. Oh, I love your mom. You're gonna record it? Oh, I love your mom so much. Don't show me more food, I'm already too hungry. I'm too hungry. And I'm hungry of Asian things like right now I want to eat a bowl of noodles, you know, with du porc pané with panko, you know, like... I'm sorry. Let's go! What? Todoroki?
客観的に見ても実力は俺の方が上だと思う。けどお前、オールマイトに目かけられてるよな。お前には勝つぞ。
He's not arrogant, you know, when he's saying it or into the attack mode like Katsuki. He's just saying it like it's a fact. I think also. And he's strong right there. He just said, you know, that he's gonna be a good contestant. No! You and me, same spirit. You all heard about them. And the villains, they're gonna be able to recognize Deku, the one who tried to save All Might, who was so good. Oh, interesting look. Who are you? I'm not sure of the costume, you know, like... Why him?
勝っちゃったの？あいつ一応 UCG2 だったからな。
Ah. What are you gonna say, Katsuki? Remember what they said into the bus? You have to be popular also.
俺が1位になる。絶対やると思った。せめて羽のいい踏み台になって。
I don't understand him, you know. He wants to be the best, you know, to win, okay? But again, if you want to be an hero, you have also to be popular.
さて、それじゃ早速始めましょう。今年はこれ。僕はこのスタジアムの外周約4キロ。コースを守れば何をしたって構わないわ。
You just have to run, not something else like to run after someone, you know, or something like that.
現実的に考えればワン・フォー・オールの制御もろくにできないままだから超えていかなきゃ。
Come on.
見ててください。
If no one is falling, if someone knows how to fly, time to do it, you know, like...
スタート地点がもう最初の古い
What did you just do?
悪いな。
You blocked them all!
そいつは一度受けてる。挑めはないぞ。
Because you know about him and the other ones, they don't. Oh, that's a good use of your quirk. Calm yourself. Who attacked you? Oh, like during the test. It would have been too easy, you know, if it was just running like that. How many are there? It's Attack on Titan, you know, like...
クソ親父が見てるんだから。
You want to impress him, but at the same time you're calling him stupid like you don't care about his opinion.
不安定な体勢の時に壊した。
It's enough time for him, not for you.
一へ轟、俺と妨害を一度ね。こいつは死ね。合理的かつ戦略的行動だ。さすがは推薦銃が来た。
Yes, he entered by recommendations. His father, maybe? Maybe his father is a big superhero? No. Maybe by using all of your powers, you know, by mixing them, I think that you can win as a group. So all of this season, the ending credit, it's about Ochako and the girls. She's gonna have a more important role this season for sure. I don't see, no! A preview that I'm not gonna watch because no trailer, no spoiler, and that's a good time to remind you guys to be careful and to be respectful with your comments by not saying any spoilers. Little like big spoilers, keep your spoilers for you. You have my intros, you have my reviews to understand what I understood, what I think, what my theories are. So don't put in the comments, on messages on Twitter, on private messages on Twitter or anywhere else, any comments with spoilers, with informations that I don't seem to have yet. Please continue to be respectful with that. That was a quick reminder, also because of some difficult things that I lived because of Demon Slayer and the new episodes of Demon Slayer and people not respecting that rule, and because of that someone told me a big spoiler and I didn't appreciate it at all. And even more because of how it happened. Okay, all of that, it said, now let's talk about this episode 2. I didn't expect at all to begin this sports festival into this episode, to have already the first test, of this festival during this episode. It was so unexpected. For example, when Izuku he prepared himself for the exam, to enter into the school, it took some time to train and all of that. Like, maybe it was not a lot of episodes at the end, but they made the viewers understand that it took him a lot of time, that entire months, passed, that during all of these months he trained, that it was rough, hard. Right there, it was only 2 weeks, and these 2 weeks into the anime itself, it happened in not even 2 minutes. It was a 2 minutes, to see all of them, in fact, all of the students training. I didn't expect it at all. I'm a little surprised because I really thought that the first episode was there to present the main narrative arc of the season. Now, if we already began the festival during this episode 2, in fact, it's the festival, is going to be the main narrative arc of the first half of the season. I'm not even sure. If we're so fast, with the actions, in just 6 episodes, it can be resolved. And I know that this season 2, it's 25 or 24 episodes, so less than the first half of the season. Okay, they all trained, they are all participating, all of the different classes, not only the hero course. That's interesting. They already said stuff about it during the season 1, but to really show all of these different classes, the fact that we have 4 of them, the particularities of these classes, and some characters into these different classes, that's really interesting. I want to see more of it, during this little test. I want to see more of them, these 2 guys that we saw who seemed also arrogant and all. They can be interesting, like, I want to continue to follow them. The fact that Katsuki reacting like that in front of them, being so arrogant, is it really a surprise? Nope. But the fact that he's acting like that in front of the entire world, like saying that into the microphone, so saying it to all of these students, but also to all of the people who were looking at him, not only into that place, but we know that it was filmed, so really to the entire world. It's really weird because we know that he wants to be an hero since a long time, that it's his main motive, that really he wants to be the best. He's saying it himself. But the other students, his friends told him that if he wants to be an hero, it's not enough to have a big power and to be a big fighter. You have also to become popular, to make people appreciate you, love you, and by saying stuff like that, people are not gonna love you, and you're not gonna be popular, and you're not gonna be respected, and admired as a superhero. I said it, Katsuki. I have good hope, for this character to evolve into the good direction, to change, to be more appreciated, and also to be, also to become someone that I can appreciate myself. But if he's acting like that and all, maybe, another direction for this character, in fact, it's to become a villain. Because he's gonna be great and all, but people are not gonna recognize him, and because of that he's gonna get mad and he's gonna decide to be a villain. If I can't be the best superhero, I'm gonna be the best super villain. I don't know, but it's not, I don't know, it's more I don't want that, and I have really good hope for something else than that, because I don't think that he's someone bad or anything like that. But I'm gonna, he has to understand that he has to make people love him, and right there it didn't function at all. We learned plenty of stuff about him during this episode. In fact, what he said to Deku and how he said it It was so different than Katsuki and how Katsuki is saying stuff. Really, I didn't take it badly. I didn't take it, you know, like, oh, you're so bad, I'm gonna win against you, you're... No, he just said, I'm better than you, my power right now is better than yours, and I'm better than you. So yes, I saw that All Might really appreciates you, but I'm gonna win, you know? And it was not even said, you know, to brag, you know, to make him jealous or something like that. It was almost said like it's a fact and I'm just saying it to you, like almost also to warn him, like just know that I know that, so I'm not afraid of you and I know my values, you know, like I don't know, I didn't take it badly at all. During this episode we learned also that there is something with his father. What he said during that moment was really weird for me because he was calling his father stupid old man, you know, like he doesn't appreciate him, like he doesn't respect him, something like that. And at the same time saying a sentence like that during this moment, it was also like you want to make your dad proud, you want for your dad to respect you, to admire you, to impress him. So you want to impress someone that you don't respect. Do you understand what I mean? Something was weird with that sentence, so I want to know more about it. And we had also during this episode a great reminder of the fact that he entered without passing the exam. We know that a few of them, you know, like it happened for a few of them. I'm wondering the other ones, who are they? But okay, it's one of them. So because of what he said earlier about his father, I'm beginning to think that maybe his father is another superhero who just pushed, you know, his son to enter. He entered easily. Also he wants to prove himself how great he is. And that's why maybe he didn't appreciate, you know, his father, like he wants to prove to his father that he can make it, you know, that he's not good because his father is good, but really also because himself is that good. Or maybe there is something else, but see, beginning to have theories around the guy. And I want to know more about him, his background, his family, to see if I'm right or wrong about it, but also just to learn more about him. Because again, I don't think that he's someone bad or that he said that to Deku in a malicious way. It was really just to say it like that. Like a fact, like really a fact. Not like I'm gonna do my best and all, but just like a fact. When what Deku responded, it was more like, I know that you're better, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna give up. Like, count on me to be at my best and to try to win no matter what. You know, it was almost a response like that. It was cool, it was a cool episode. And even if a lot of things happened and so quickly, like, again, I didn't expect for the festival to begin right there, I have the impression that during this episode I learned more about the characters, their attitudes, than really, you know, I was with the action, the story, all of that. The fact that everything is filmed, everyone can see it, we know that the villains, they know that a student intervened to save All Might, was strong, had a power which seemed a little like All Might power, and they don't know his name, but they know how he looks like, and right there, he's on television, everyone can see him, the villains can see him, can remember his face, can learn his name, can see his power in action. We'll see. For me right there during that test, the best way to succeed it's by doing stuff together, you know, using the power of this one, and all together you can do something. Like you did during the attack. We'll see if I'm right or wrong about it, and I'm gonna see that right now because I'm gonna watch at least one episode, maybe two. It's all for you for this video. Remember that if you want on my Patreon, you have already the 4 next episodes. but it's all for you for this video no matter what, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.